problem isn't my life. Maybe it's my narration. Somehow we make it. Maybe things will work out after all.
All the time that you rain on my parade, all the crimes you gave using my name. You think you broke my heart, girl, for goodness sake. You think I'm crying on my road where I am. And I didn't wanna write a song, 'cause didn't want anyone thinking I still care, I don't, but you still hit my phone now. And maybe I will move on and think it should be something I don't wanna fall back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. I was so cold at being major, didn't see what's going on, but now I know. I bet it's sweeping on my ankles if you like the way you threw cry much. Oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself.
Recently, I started something I called a brain detox. It sounds like one of the things Hollywood celebrities do while drinking lemon water and pretend to enjoy kale smoothie, but honestly, it's much less glamorous than that. I just sit down with a notebook and aggressively dump my thoughts onto paper. And first, I thought, journalings? Isn't that something people do after waking up at 5 a.m., eating avocado toast and listening to productive podcast? But once I actually studied, I realized that something disturbing. Anxiety, worry, distrust, upsetting, trouble. There's a dude little roommate living inside my brain. The moment I wake up, he starts talking. You accomplished absolutely nothing yesterday. Why does it take you 3 hours to reply to one email? So, when exactly is your life updated coming out? And I'm like, excuse me? Who invited this guy? The most annoying part is that I would never speak to another person that way. If a friend spilled coffee, I would say, hey, don't worry about it. But if I spill coffee, suddenly my brain understands it into a Netflix documentary, Human Disaster, the person who couldn't hold coffee. Relax. It was just coffee. Humans are strange. We treat other people like therapists, but treat ourselves like angry military instructors. If someone spent every day telling you you're a failure, your mental health would collapse. And somehow we do that to ourselves 24 hours a day for free. So I decided to write everything down I felt anxious today. I got jealous. I saw someone in social media and suddenly questioned my entire existence. I bought another life changing gadget online that absolutely did not change my life. And something weird happened. My mind got quieter. I think emotions are like forgotten leftovers in the back of the fridge. If you keep them tapped too long, things get dangerous. But once you take them out and look at them, you realize, oh, that's it. I call it opening the windows in my brain. And while writing, I started noticing my patterns. Apparently, I have a special talent for turning a small problem into huge rubber disaster. Huge rubber disasters? For example, if someone replies to my email a little late, my brain immediately says, oh, it's over. They hate me. I've lost all credibilities, reliability, trustworthiness. I guess I've moved to mountains and live with God now. Then, a few days later, I realized, oh, they were just asleep because of the time difference. My brain deserves an unskillful, unnecessary drama. So lately, I've been trying to remember everything depends on how you interpret it, especially one word. I've stopped using so much, but I want to do it, but I want to try, but that tiny word, but, is like a YouTube ad in the middle of your life, right when you are about to move forward. It interrupts everything. So now I try to write down what I actually want. I want freedom. I want to see more of the world. I want to stay curious and human in the age of AI. I want to enjoy uncertainty instead of fearing it. When I write honestly, I can finally see the outline of my life because overthinking is dangerous. Honestly, I think humans spend more time choosing what to order or Uber Eats than making actual life decisions. So, lately, my philosophy has become very simple. Once you decide, move. Of course, it's scary, but nobody actually knows the future anyway. Life isn't Google Maps. There's no convoy sayings. In 5 years, you will arrive at happiness. Traffic is moderate. And honestly, that's what makes a life interesting because somehow life usually works out. Yesterday, I was lying on bed thinking my life is over. Today, I'm eating fried chickens and watching videos and laughing still again. Humans are strangely resilient, tough like that. So lately, I've started writing down small moments of happiness too. The lambing was incredible. The sunset looked unreal tonight. I got the last discounted pizza at the supermarket. Tiny moments like that slowly makes life feel warmer. And every time I read those notes again, I realized I'm actually living slowly, imperfectly, but moving forward. When I stop, breathe in the past, and step back far enough to look at myself objectively, the world starts to look different. Sometimes that huge crisis on my head turns out to be nothing more than an overdramatic movie produced by my brains. In the end, the things that saves you is the language you use it with yourself. Unfuck yourself. Not with expensive supplement, not with billionaires' morning routines, but with the word you repeat it to yourself every day. You become the voice inside your own head. So maybe today's you can tell yourself this. Maybe things will work out after all. Because life rarely goes according to plan. They used to terrify me, the uncertainty, failure. What people thought of me, making mistakes. So I spent years trying to be perfect, trying not to fail, trying not to disappoint anyone, trying not to regret anything. But eventually, I realized some things. No matter how hard you think about it, nobody really knows the future. Life is like building furniture without instructions. You try your best, and somehow there's still two screws left over at the end. And yet, somehow the chair still works. For a long time, every small problem felt like the end of the world. The delayed text felt like rejection, a mistake felt permanent. Meanwhile, my brain was directing the Oscar-worthy disaster tragedy films every single day, but strangely enough, most of the things I once thought would destroy me are things I barely remember now. The moments that almost broke me somehow became the stories I laugh about later. Humans are stronger than they think, and life keeps moving forward more than we realized. Recently, I've stopped trying to control everything. Some days I feel anxious. Some days I accomplish nothing. Some nights I feel embarrassingly lost. But even then, morning still comes. You get hungry again, coffee still tastes good, the sunset is still arriving on time. The world quietly keeps going. So lately, I tell myself, maybe things will work out. Not as an excuse, not as an giving up, but as a gentle way of loosening my shoulders after worries, after struggling and trying so hard for so long. Some things are simple, beyond our control. People will not always understand you. The future will not always follow your plans. But because of that, life also contains surprises, unexpected people, unexpected places, unexpected happiness. Some views only exist on a long road. If everything had gone exactly according to my plans, I wouldn't be who I am today. So little by little, I'm learning to trust life. Even if I'm imperfect, even if I'm lost, even if I stumble, life still moving forward like a river. You don't have to fight the current every second. Sometimes you just keep floating, and somehow you still move ahead. So even if today didn't go well, it's okay. One day, the future version of you might laugh at the things keeping you awake tonight. Maybe someday, looking back, you quietly think, I was so scared back then, but somehow I made it. So tonight, maybe a little gentle with yourself and say, maybe things will work out after all. Because, strangely enough, that's often exactly how life keeps moving forward.
in a while.